probably clicked on this video because you're someone who struggles with consistency. And sometimes I ask myself, like, why is it so easy to start something, but it is almost impossible to stay consistent? So I'll be telling you my exact three fail-proof systems and steps that have worked for me and that helped me to move from a girl who struggled with consistency over the past year and someone who's on her way to achieving her goals for 2025. I'm not someone who just came up being very consistent. Like I said, last year was not my best year. I struggled a lot with trying to get closer to God, do my Bible study, and also working out, trying to lose weight, eating healthy, waking up at 5 o'clock. So I don't know what it is for you, but I struggled a lot. And by the end of the year, when I looked at my, what's it called? Oh gosh. Yeah, my vision board, I realized that I had barely achieved most of the goals I set out. And this was because I was not consistent with them for the most part. I don't know what it is for you, like whatever you're struggling with at the moment, or what are you trying to be consistent with. This can be waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning, or trying to eat a healthy breakfast every day and eat healthy and get rid of ultra processed foods in your diet. Or this can be trying to go out for a walk every day and ensuring that you're moving your body as you should, or make so much money by the end of the year. There's so many goals you might be trying to achieve now, but if you're not consistent for long enough, you might not see results. And that's where the problem comes in, being consistent. A lot of people think that to be consistent, you have to be more motivated, or you have to have like a huge chunk of willpower. I'm here to tell you that motivation alone is going to let you down on the days you need it the most. The best bet for you is to build systems that can help you to achieve your goals. And then you'll be less dependent on motivation to achieve that goal which you set out for yourself. Like I said, I was in a very bad place, and every year or every week, sorry, every week I would start a weight loss journey, do 30 minutes of workouts on a Monday, and by Wednesday I'd given up on it, and I would just say to myself, I'll start another time. Or if I'm trying to eat more healthy, and maybe a few days down the line, I'm seeing myself eating what I should not eat, ideally a comfort food. And instead of me speak myself back off the next day, I start to feel guilty, and then I just fall off and I'm back to square one. I also tried to build my spiritual life last year, doing Bible studies and, just generally getting closer to God. And that was another thing I struggled with because I would always not have the time to do it. So, one of the things that helped me to gain clarity was actually journaling what I'm doing during the day. And that will help me know what it is exactly that I'm focusing my time on. First, I realized that I was a scroller. If you don't know what that means, I could scroll for hours and hours on end on TikTok, Instagram, just social media. And I was wasting away like ideal time to do things. The thing is, your brain doesn't want you to do anything that is hard or difficult. Your brain loves you to be in a comfort zone. So instead of getting up to work out or getting up to do something that was actually good for me, I would be more comfortable lying on the bed or lying on the sofa and scrolling away. That was one thing I realized that stopped me a whole lot. Secondly, I just did not have the motivation to do anything. Some days the motivation will be like hitting the rooftops, and some other days it will be nowhere to be found. So I found out these three steps, and they've been helping me so far to hit my goals and to be consistent. The first thing is keeping things stupidly simple. I know, like, when we set goals, we want to set like really good goals because we want to achieve something we've never achieved before. But when you set goals that are really enormous and really big, they become harder to follow through. And when you're not seeing like results straight away, your brain tells you, well, this is not working. Let's stop it. And then what happens? You're back to square one. Now, I set small goals for myself. And don't be like me. I just remember this randomly. Sometime last year, I was going to start walking, going out for a walk. And this was the first time ever. I said to myself, I'm going out for 2 hours walk. Don't ask me why I decided to do 2 hours. Like, I mean, I thought if I do 2 hours, that's the best way to recover on lost time and get back to my fit girl lifestyle. 2 hours, you guys. Oh gosh. And I went out as I planned and I went for 10 minutes. And when I was approaching 15 minutes, I was out of breath. Someone who had never worked out like in a year, I was out of breath. And guess what happened? I went home. That was it. Like I didn't even come close to 30 minutes. I went home. That's the dangers of setting like really enormous goals for yourself. A few weeks later, I started again and I started with 30 minutes for a week. Then the next week, I upped it up a bit to 45 minutes. Currently, I'm doing an hour walk in the afternoon. And while this is working on well for me now, I might see myself wanting to increase it in the next few weeks. So set really simple goals and then just top it up every day. Also, let's say you're trying to get closer to God and you genuinely don't have time to have like a quiet time with God for like 30 minutes in the morning. Ideally, you can do 5 minutes in the morning if that's what you genuinely have time to do. And then when you walk around your schedule, you can build this up to 10 minutes or 15 minutes till you get to that goal which you want, which is spending this ideal time with God and reading, doing your Bible study. So keep things really simple. Don't feel like you have to overcomplicate your goals or overcomplicate things. If you're trying to eat healthy, just make sure that you are meal prepped. Make it simple for yourself to follow through and be consistent. To see a result you've never done before, you have to do something you have never done before. To see change is not going to come easy. You just have to condition your brain to know that this is going to happen. But you don't want it to be too overwhelming for you if you're starting out newly. You want to start small and build up on where you are. Then the second step that works for me is setting up your environment for success and building systems that will help you to stay consistent. Let's be real, there's some days you don't feel like going to work, but you go to work anyways because it's already a system and it's non negotiable. Just like when you wake up and you brush your teeth in the morning, there's already a system you have. Like you get up, you go to the bathroom, empty your bowels or whatever, and then you brush your teeth before you start your day. That's already a system. If you're trying to build new habits, build it around the systems that you already have. For example, you're trying to meditate more. You could be brushing your teeth and you put on the podcasts that would help you to pray, or you put on a prayer channel that you can pray along with. Anybody who has a goal to succeed, you have to set up systems. Otherwise, you wake up this morning and then you feel like, oh, I don't want to do it. I would let it go. Or if you're waiting for your willpower, it's not going to happen because willpower is a limited resource. Let me give you an example. My husband and I, we like to eat this biscuit. It's crackers and then it has like different flavors and they are so good. They are so addictive and we ate it a lot, like a lot last year. We binged on this biscuit. We could go through like 7 to 10 packets of these biscuits in a week. But earlier this year, we made the decision that we want to cut off ultra processed foods from our diets. And the first thing I did, I stopped buying it. We both stopped buying it in the house because if you have it, you would need a whole lot of willpower to say no or to stop eating it. Oh, because you know it's in your cupboard or you know it's in the pantry. You could always walk there and take it and eat. So why would you test your willpower and then say, oh, I will have this at home and I won't eat it? You will definitely go and eat it. So don't put yourself in a tempting situation. If you want to wake up early in the morning, go to bed early. You cannot go to bed at 12 midnight and expect to wake up at 5 a.m. You would be an angry bird for the rest of the day. You're just going to be very irritable. You wouldn't be able to focus on anything because you haven't had enough sleep. You'll be tired and then you find yourself falling asleep during the day. If one of your goals is to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, go to bed at 9 p.m. or at most 10 p.m. And that way you can have at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep, which is ideal for you. Set your workout clothes a day before, and then when you wake up in the morning, you can just grab it and put on your body, and then go to the gym or do your workout at home if you're like me. And finally, if you're trying to drink more water, one thing that worked for me was getting a fancy water bottle. And because it's fancy, I would always want to have it next to me. It's not here at the moment, it's somewhere there. I always want to have it next to me, and that reminds me to always drink water. So you see what I mean? Setting up your environment for success would help you to stay consistent with your goals. And even if you get up that day and you're not like you don't feel like 100% to work out for 30 minutes or 45 minutes as you used to, do 5 minutes. Don't beat yourself up, or don't feel like you cannot do it. 5 minutes is better than skipping a whole day. 5 minutes, like the kind of fulfillment that you would have from doing 5 minutes of workout is better than skipping the entire day. And this brings me to my last step: forgive yourself and change your identity. I know some people feel like they missed a day of workouts, or the eats like the eat junk and food that not healthy for them, and then they feel like that's the end of their journey. They're never going to succeed, or they're never going to lose weight, or they're never going to achieve their goal because they missed one day. I want you to be gentle on yourself, forgive yourself, and you don't have to punish yourself the next day by working out for 3 hours or starving yourself the whole day the next day because you ate a lot the previous day. No, don't do that. Be kind and gentle on yourself. Next day, pick off where you left off. Go back to your eating habits. Go back to your workout habits that you used to do. Don't do an extra day because you felt like the previous day wasn't as great for you. So we should all learn how to forgive ourselves and change your identity. Don't speak don't say, I'm never going to lose weight, I'm trying to lose weight. Say what you want to hear, because our brain works in a very, very unique way. When you start to say, I'm losing weight, my everything is working out, I'm achieving my goals, it starts kind of registering in our subconscious. One thing that says in the Bible is that there is power in the tongue. Don't say what you don't want to hear. Manifest what you want to see. Speak life over yourself, over your goals, over everything that you're doing. I don't want you to follow whatever I'm saying, like hook, line, and sinker. I want you to relate it to your own lifestyle and see what's working for you and how best these tips are going to work for you. The reason you cannot stay consistent is because you're relying on motivation instead of relying on systems. When you build systems that would work for you, setting your environment up for success, keeping your goals really simple, and learning to forgive yourself, you find out that you have a routine that is working for you and you are building habits. So let's talk in the comments. Let me know, is there anything that you're struggling with at the moment? And I have a homework for you. I want you to sit down and realize what are the things that are actually stopping you from being consistent to achieving your goals. Write them down. And when you write them down, find a way to work around them with these tips I've just shared with you. That's my homework for you today, and I'll see you guys next week in my new video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for all your support, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.